So today is Monday, February 12th. I'd like to call to order the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Committee meeting at 6:35 p.m. And the first item on the agenda is to review and act on the minutes of January 29th, 2024. So did everybody get a chance to
Yes.
look at those minutes? Yes? May I have a motion to approve? And we'll do roll call.
Yes, I second it.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'll start with Adiola.
Approved.
Okay, Eddie, Freddie.
I'm like, who? Yes, I approve.
Thank you. Holly.
Yes.
Pankaj?
Yes.
I am a yes.
Yes.
Indu is a yes. Okay, great. So the minutes are approved for January 29th. And the next item on the agenda is to discuss planning for the roundtable discussion with community members regarding how this committee can be more effective in planning events and discussions that better reflect needs within the community. So this was something that we talked about doing when we had the forum at the public library on February 1st. And Adiola, I think, came up with the idea for maybe holding another forum and just inviting people to come and talk and say, you know, what can we do, right? Because right now, the ideas that we've had have just originated with us. And we would like a little more community input with that. Is that about right, Adiola?
Yeah, just to get a pulse, or if it's not a forum, some other method to get a pulse from the community on things they'd like to hear from us about. So maybe holding some kind of a meeting, or maybe in like getting it out there, maybe inviting the public to come and share some thoughts about other ideas they may have to foster more of a community togetherness.
Okay, all right. So I know that we've got, so right now we're in February. We have planning for a couple of other events for the year, mainly Juneteenth and the Pride event. Those are the two big ones that we're still planning for and trying to get the details. Do we want to add this forum prior to these events or after the events? What do you think?
I feel like we definitely shouldn't do it in June
Okay,
because we already have enough going on in June.
right.
But I think maybe sooner rather than later.
Okay. So that would leave March, April, or May.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about May?
May sounds good.
Does that sound reasonable? And then that'll give us, I think, an idea of, you know, what else we want to focus on after the June events. Yes?
I like early May
Okay.
with the idea that we would have enough planning done on our end to promote the Juneteenth and the Pride events. So we have a community forum. You say, come to get to know the members of your town's Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Committee. We do a little intros of ourselves and just say we really want to know how we can be most useful. Here are two events we already have lined up. Boom. You know, we can promote those right away. And then I think that helps us to set our fall agenda with the activities we want to see through.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
early
I like
May.
that.
So if we look at the calendar,
I was thinking even going in April actually, because May would be busy for June,
okay.
and we have a tendency of moving the deadlines with our past
Yeah.
a little bit. So I was thinking maybe middle or late April at least, because then we have a cushion area in May, just in case if we are moving the dates.
Yeah.
So maybe after the school vacation in the
Yes.
April after that.
Okay, so school vacation is usually, I think, like the third
Third
week of
week,
April,
yeah.
right? So we would be looking at the fourth week of April. I think we could do another night at the library, right?
I agree.
Okay, so Adiola, do you think like another weeknight, like a Thursday night again, or?
That Thursday night seemed to work really well.
Okay, so then that would put us at April 25th.
That sounds good. I don't know what other people think, but that sounds good.
That sounds
I
good.
like it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a
Okay.
good.
And before that, we have 2 more meetings, so we'll have enough to discuss and make a subcommittee, I guess.
Okay. So I think in terms of planning for this, I think we just, I think one of the lessons we learned with the forum was that we didn't get the word out there like fast enough, right? So if we want the date of April 25th, I think the next thing we have to do is
Book.
book with the library that that date is available and we can book it. And I can reach out to Priya and ask. And then we would just have to make sure that we're putting it out in like the community bulletin and all that other stuff beforehand so that we,
So people know, yeah.
yeah, so February, March, April. So that gives us a couple of months to promote it. Okay.
And we can, if I can suggest, maybe we can live stream this time, maybe just to cast a wider net, and that would, so people who can't make it in person can also hear from us and see us join via Zoom or a Google Meet or some kind of webinar forum.
Any kind of webinar form where they can talk to us too, in a sense, write their questions or suggest something. Because if it's
like
just a
submit-
Zoom telecast, then they won't, I'm not sure. We don't want a
Yeah, you
recording, I
can-
mean, like for an
Yeah, you can
afterthought.
submit the question and answer through webinar. I believe like you
Yes.
can type, yeah, and
Yes.
somebody can just monitor the question answer section
Correct.
during the live stream.
What I was actually saying was not something that is recorded and played later on, something that is
Yes.
happening then, so people can join in
Live
and
video.
write
Agreed.
the questions, yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, all
Do
right.
we need any sort of registration to join that webinar or that?
There will be a
I
link
think
and all, yeah.
usually, yes, just because we would need a head count for the
Right.
number of people in the room. But that seemed to be easy to set up when we did the last forum through the library, so I don't think that should be too much
Okay.
of an issue.
So, the community members, does it include only adults, or are we talking about high school kids, middle school kids?
Anybody, right? 'Cause-
That's, we'll have to word it such that it is open for
Audience,
ages or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, all ages.
Yeah, so
all-
that,
All age group.
because I know that Sherwood had a very good cultural, multicultural event, and it was all a suggestion of the students. So we need to give them the voice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I feel.
Okay, so for the roundtable discussion, we are going to try to book April 25th with the library, see if there's a possibility of a live stream, and just ask people what they want to see us do. Okay,
And present
the other events.
the events that we have lined up.
Yes. Okay, so next item on the agenda is to review and discuss the logo contest dates and what our updated dates are for that.
So I think I updated it to say some. 1 second, I'm just gonna check it on my Google. Sorry.
Have you got any entry?
I updated it to say like April, at the April meeting, essentially we would vote on it. And obviously, if we don't have any submissions by then, we would figure out what to do from there. But I put it's far enough out
April 8th,
that
right?
What?
8th April?
yeah, 8th of April. Where did it? Oh, so the contest closes at 3 p.m. on Friday, April 5th, or until we have 5 entries. Late submissions will not be considered. So it doesn't actually say when we would be voting on it because
That's for us.
that's, yeah, and once we have, if we get 5 entries before April, then we could close the contest. But I feel like giving it some kind of like this formatting, because then people, oh, I need to be one of the first 5 if I want to do this. Add some urgency to it. But it's also not, make sure you get it in by next month, and then we have to redo it the next month, and so it's a few months out, and now we have time to promote it and
Yeah.
all that.
So is it ready for us to start promoting? Because I know we were looking at some of the, like changing the documents that had the rules on it and,
Yeah, I mean, I added the new due date
yeah.
to that document, and then I made some spelling error mistakes and did the open to K through 12 Shrewsbury contest is open to all K through 12 Shrewsbury and residents in spring students, I think it's supposed to say. Shrewsbury K through 12. I need to edit that, but
Okay. But we could post it this week, like we could
Yeah,
start
we could-
promoting it this
we
week.
could start promoting it this week.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Because we have the write-up for the bulletin, and then we have the letter that we asked for donations, right?
So once this is ready,
Yeah.
once this is ready, we have to send it to Taylor.
Yeah.
She'll create a new QR code. She will also upload it onto the
Mm-hmm.
website. And that's when we can take the letter out for donations. Not
Yeah.
before that, because then it's not official.
Yeah.
Correct. And then one of us can even send out to the teachers, as we had discussed, and to the community bulletin.
Yes.
Okay, so, my question is, let's say
This-
we don't get, a donation for a prize, right? Because I think the rules say that they will get a prize?
The
Does it
rules
say?
don't say anything about a prize yet, because
Okay.
I was hesitant to add something about that if
We're
before
not
we had
sure.
solidified who or what the fact that we were getting a donation, because I
Okay.
wouldn't want to say that and then not
I think that's a good idea, right? Like, let's
Yeah.
leave it as a surprise. Like, so you won, here's
surprise.
here's a gift for you.
A certificate and a gift card.
And the gift card,
Gift card,
okay.
yeah.
So the donation question I had was, are we asking them to make a check to the town, or are we asking them to give a gift
Direct.
card from their shop saying that here, I'm giving
Yeah.
out this gift card?
I think that would
think-
be appropriate, right? Because it's an art thing, and we are asking like
Yeah, I
art
think
based.
either, but a lot of places are probably going to end up being more comfortable with giving a gift card to their shop rather than just money for
Exactly.
Makes
I
sense,
just
yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
make sure,
So-
because somewhere we were thinking that we need to send the donation to Taylor. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
yeah.
No, yeah,
Yeah. I just wanted to clarify
Yeah.
on our
Yeah.
meeting.
yeah.
Okay.
So it would just be like a gift card on a not, right?
So
Like-
more like a advertisement for their own shop
Yes.
and saying
Yeah.
that you
Right.
get this much discount, and here is like $15 or $100 to spend in my shop,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I think that works.
I have a sort of more global question. Since we haven't gotten a lot of traction, are we okay moving forward if we get less than 5? And are we okay moving forward if we don't get any?
So backup plan, can we have the on-site logo contest at the library?
When we do the forum,
We can call all the artists who are interested, show their art and come to the
That could be like if we don't get any, because I was thinking, regardless of if we get 1 between now and April, it closes in April.
Okay.
If we get 0, then we figure it out, and if we get 5 by March 20th, then we close it then. But it just but if we only get 3 by April, then we got 3, or if we only get 2, or even if we only do get 1 by April, but I don't want to be like, we're going to close it once we get 1 submission completely, because that doesn't seem like much of a contest.
Right. I was just more worried that this has taken up a lot of our bandwidth.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the overall effectiveness is. So I don't want us to be like doing the same thing again in June, same thing again in July. If we don't get any, that
I
means
think
there's
if
not a lot of energy for it.
I
We don't need to
feel like by April, if we don't get any by April, then we can
Just move on.
move on and figure out some other way to do a logo
Yeah,
without a contest.
Because there may be chances if we get the 5, but all the 5s are not up to mark.
Mm.
We say, "Oh, no, we want to move forward with this 5, we want to have something better logo for that. We cannot
Even in the
select-
5, we have to have taken chance, just in case they are not up to the mark, what
Yeah.
our regulations say.
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
are not in a
Yeah.
circle, they are not
Right.
spelling it out.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
So maybe when we have this forum, we may have a baseline, like a circle drawn or something, so that they know they have to fill it in there.
So,
So if we are doing this forum, right, that's April 25th, so that's past the date that you
Do
currently
we-
have.
yeah, do we want to,
It's a backup plan.
yeah,
So what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is that I'm not sure that a logo is our ultimate goal of our committee.
yeah, I think,
And so I would
yeah, I
like.
agree
Can I
with that.
finish?
Sorry.
So what I really would say is that if we don't have a logo, let's just not have a logo. We can use the town logo and still do our work very effectively. I don't
Yeah.
know how much it adds to our overall mission. That's sort of what I'm questioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if people aren't interested in making a logo, then, you know,
Yeah.
if we keep just moving the date and moving the date,
Yeah,
there's just no
so I
point.
Yeah.
So
If we don't get anything by April, we drop
then we
it.
drop it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, so right now it's going to end April 5th or until we get 5 entries.
Perfect.
And then if it doesn't, if we don't, we'll just drop it for the time being and
Or just,
revisit it at some later date, maybe.
or just not even
Or just
revisit
not
it.
even at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have that.
Yeah,
There you go.
we do.
All right, so then next item on the agenda is review and discuss planning for Juneteenth. So I know that Adiola and I emailed a little bit about this. Adiola, I did call those places that I sent you a list, and the problem that I had was finding a place that had a food truck. So a lot of the places that I saw and found, they do catering, but they don't do food trucks. I don't know if you had any luck, like, you know,
Like finding any food trucks. I have not started looking, I have to be honest. But that's something I do also plan to do this week. Maybe we can regroup before the March meeting and just see if we can put our heads together. I'm also going to reach out to other people in the community to see if they know any Black-owned food trucks in the area that we can start reaching out to, so we can nail a list down and inform them. Because I know signups have started. Carly sent me, and I think I forwarded it to you, Cynthia, the applications for the summer trucks. So we definitely need to at least start pinning down a few food trucks for the event, and then also some possible appearances or, you know, performances and things of that nature. So yeah, I can take some time this week to look and then reach out to you, and maybe we can reconvene before March's meeting.
okay. I think along the same lines as Holly was saying, I think if we have, like, if we don't have a lot of success finding Black-owned food trucks, would we be okay with just having any food truck that wants to participate in the event, you know, like, but with the theme of Juneteenth? Would that work?
Yeah, that's great too. Yeah,
Because then
maybe
we
like
could just have the food trucks, you know, and then just have the event, you know, and hold the event. One of the other things we had talked about was coming up maybe with a directory of Black-owned businesses in the area that we could distribute. So the city of Worcester has a page on their town or their city website that you can register your business, and I looked at it and I thought it was a really interesting idea. And so you can register your business, and there, you know, you pick, like, there are different categories for what would qualify a business to be listed in this directory. And I think I sent it to you, Adiola, to take a look, right? And I thought that was a good idea that maybe we could take a look at and see if that's a possibility. Because then that would give us a list of businesses within like Shrewsbury itself that might want to participate or want to be listed. And then I think, Adiola, for the meeting that we were going to have with Carly, I think, right? Regarding Juneteenth as well, she wasn't able to be at this meeting, but they said they could come to the next meeting, right?
Yes, I believe so. So, yeah. So I think between now and that meeting, I'd hope to have at least a good, like a list of possible vendors. Yeah.
Okay.
Would the list of vendors be just food trucks, or if there's other Black-owned businesses in the community, would there be a place we could have people, if they want to set up tables for their Black-owned business, just have, like we had when the police station did their open house, there was an area of community businesses, and they weren't selling anything. They just had some, giveaways, sort of like they do with the tables at Spirit of Shrewsbury. And I'm thinking, when the food trucks are along the front here, there's that new additional little parking space off to the left-hand side between the town hall and the police station. And that way, it's not just, getting your name listed, there's some visibility if they want to set up a table.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And especially if we can't find any, well, hopefully we can, as the beginning of our search, but if we can't find at least one Black-owned food truck, we can have a maybe soul food or, some kind of African type food cuisine, and then have all the Black-owned businesses in the neighborhood or in Worcester County come and be more visible. I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Worcester does have a lot of restaurants, and so
We have
I
a
feel
ton.
like
Yeah.
it's in a different place, but we're in the same county, so I don't know.
One of the things I have seen is colleges have a lot of food trucks. So maybe WPI, if they have a list, you can check with them. Boston is too far away, but I know students love food trucks. So
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Great idea.
All right. So right now, we don't really have any action items on this, right? We're just going to kind of be doing a little more information gathering until our next meeting in March. Okay.
do you need anybody else to join your subcommittee, or are you guys enough to do together? 'Cause we have enough people on our.
Yeah. I'm sure we were
Is
not going to
there
say no to more help, right? So
Yeah.
absolutely.
If you want to join, if any interest, please, the more the merrier. Absolutely.
All right. So anybody wants to volunteer? Oh, okay. Pankaj is going to be in our.
You just went over quorum, though.
Oh, we don't have a quorum.
You're gonna
for
end up with a
subcommittee?
So you then need, you can't be like, if the two of you are gonna work together, that's fine. But if there's four of you, you're now a majority of the committee, so you would need to then post it as an open meeting.
I'm not.
3 is good.
3 is good, right?
So yeah, 3 is okay.
Okay. So Adiola, myself, and Pankaj.
So you're not, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
Bindu, if you want to join, please.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
all
I
right.
want to give everybody the opportunity to join. I don't want to dive into each subcommittee.
Because I think we are also working with Freddie for the
Exactly.
Pride event, right?
That's, that's why I said, maybe you want one more help there.
All right. So for the Pride event, review and discuss planning for that. So Freddie, I'll let you.
We've started emailing with Carly Morin, and I haven't been able to get back to her about when I am actually available to talk about the idea of maybe an ice cream social or something, because I'm just don't have availability to do, but like I also, before I set a time to talk to her, I wanted to maybe be more solid in what it, because we've been, oh, we could do this and this and this and this, and I don't want to have a meeting with her about, so what were your plans for this event, and say, oh, well, we were thinking maybe an ice cream social, maybe a music event, maybe a something, maybe a something. Like I wanted to a more solid plan of what we were trying to do for it before I talked to her about, okay, this is what is this possible? I wanted to know rather than, well, at Hopkinton Pride they did this, at this Pride they did this, but I wanted more of a solid, so I wanted to talk to you guys about, because we did talk about ice cream social as an idea, but would ice cream social would that be it? Would there be, I don't know, games or like lawn, I don't know, lawn games or like other music event, like, because we don't want to go too big, we want to do something
That we can do.
smaller, but
We had thought about rock painting also, right?
what?
Rocks.
Oh yeah, rock painting.
So make a note
Rock
under
painting,
that, so
yeah.
we don't discuss and think about it again, because it's, I think we had discussed this in the last meeting.
I don't know. I think it was a few meetings ago, but I might have written
Okay.
down a bunch of things and then, yeah.
So I think the email that Carly sent back was that if we're planning sort of a larger community event,
Yeah.
renting just a pavilion, it isn't as simple as just renting a
Yeah.
pavilion. So I think first, we need to just clarify, is it going to be like a private event? It's not, right? It's a
no.
community event. So I think the first thing that she needs to hear back from us is that it is a larger community
Because
event.
I think I did send that to her, and then she sent back, oh, we should discuss what specific type of community event, whether it's music or food, or, and I was, because I know we tossed the idea of music around, but I don't, yeah.
So I think my notes say that ice cream social, kindness rocks, local band, acoustic guitar. So these were all the things I think we discussed in November.
Yeah.
I think maybe, if we are considering having like a local musician, a local band, whatever, I think you might want to
Yeah.
put it out there and
Yeah.
invite people that might be interested in
Yeah.
in
And that,
participating,
because
because
Not
then you would
to-
also have a better idea of
because also,
how it comes together.
yeah, not to sound exclusive or something, but if we're doing a pride event, I would really want to have LGBT plus music. If we're doing music stuff, I would want it to be someone that is LGBTQ plus and in some way. And if I personally feel like if we can't find that, then we can just play music as opposed to have a local musician. But I don't know how anything like that would go over in searching for someone to do that. But I did want to bring that point up too.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea, right?
Yeah.
I really love the idea of a playlist because then it can be more intergenerational. Like you can
Yeah.
get different varieties and genres
Yeah.
with a playlist and a good Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
And then you're not as restricted in location because of where a band would need to set up and the speakers and the cost and the electric and the
Yeah.
Lot of-
yeah,
yeah.
I think that really overcomplicates it for what we've pulled off so far. So I kind of love, ice cream, paint rocks, have music playing, make sure we've got some good pride flags out. Just being a public presence of welcome,
Yeah.
with being realistic in what we can accomplish.
Yeah.
I had a suggestion. I think the library does something, but I'm not sure at what scale. But there are a lot of musicians that approach them. So you may want to contact Priya and Mike
Uh-huh.
and just figure out, some people may want to do it for free. You don't know, because they want to put themselves out there. So just check in. If it happens, it happens. It doesn't happen, then you always have the playlist.
Yeah. Because also, I hadn't even really thought of the playlist as maybe a primary idea for it until Holly brought it up, but because then there's more variety of songs that can be played
Yes.
because you can play Lady Gaga all you want and you can learn that, but then we can find more niche songs that maybe a musician doesn't know how to play and they don't need to learn how to play, and we can something like that maybe.
Yeah. And it keeps it simple, right?
Yeah.
And there's not a variable that you have to like secure a musician for a venue or whatever. So does having like some ability to play music,
Yeah.
right? Some rocks to paint, and then like the ice cream
Ice cream,
social.
sure,
Does
Yeah.
that sound like a
Yeah, that does sound
like the event?
Mhm.
Did we decide on the date to be the 19th?
I
No,
thought
not 19th, sorry,
I
20th?
think it was
26th. It says,
didn't decide on the date. We were thinking about those dates as
because we
possibilities.
have the Juneteenth also, right? So I
So
just don't want,
Yeah, so Juneteenth, I think, is
June
13th or the 20th.
okay. That's the middle of the week. So are we doing the Pride event on the weekend?
I
Because
think
that's what we need to talk to Carly about.
Because this date that I have in November was June 26th.
Because I know that June 26th is
Yes.
the day that it's
Correct.
Pride is Pride Day as opposed to just Pride Month, but it doesn't have to be on that
Because that would
day. That's
be-
just
That's the
We
middle
have
of
to
the
space
week.
out accordingly, right? We have two events back to
Yeah.
back, so just
Right.
making
Yeah.
sure.
So if you did want to do a weekend, right, there's still like the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 29th.
So-
Mhm.
Just Saturdays, right? Not Sundays.
Well, Sunday's the 23rd.
weekend. Oh no, this is June, not okay. Cool. Sorry, I was just
So-
thinking.
Okay. So how do we fix the date?
Um,
So we coordinate?
I think maybe talking to Carly,
you need
right?
to talk to Carly.
And
That's
see
one of
what's
the and see when
available.
they are available
Got
to.
it. Okay.
Yeah. So would like possible dates of June 22nd, June 23rd, or June 29th, or even the 30th, because that's still in June.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
So like two Saturdays, 2 Sundays, right, to choose from.
Yeah.
The last weekend I'm not there. I have to go to a wedding.
30th, the 29th, and the 30th.
So it's like a 4-day event,
Yeah.
Indian weddings.
And then, but that'll give you some dates.
Some dates,
to
yeah.
throw out and see what she's got available, right?
Yeah.
And then, in terms of ice cream, Beth, I think my question is, do we supply the ice cream? How does that work?
I will find out.
Okay, awesome. Okay. How do we feel about that, Freddie?
Yeah, I feel that I have enough information to go off of in a conversation about what this event would be now. Yeah.
Okay. Good, good. All right.
I would happily volunteer if we can provide the ice cream, providing rainbow assortments of toppings for Sundays. Like, I'd be
Yes.
happy to do that, set up like, here's a bunch of red ones, here's a bunch, like visually make it,
Yeah.
as long as we're allowed to, provide our own stuff, Yep, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay.
So the cost would be ice cream and rocks and paint?
Yeah, I think so. Right? Yeah.
Anything else? And flags?
Ice cream,
I have some flags.
paints,
have some flags.
rocks.
I have flags that could be decorated with, but I'd also, hypothetically, maybe if we found something flag like to give out and maybe something like that, but also I don't want to just do, if all we can find is rainbow flags, I would like to more diversity in what flags are available.
So instead of flags, I know stickers are available. One
Yeah.
of the teachers had given it out when I was in middle school, so I know that there are
Mm-hmm.
stickers out there.
Yeah,
That may be easier
yeah, that might be easier,
to handle.
definitely.
Yeah.
And because I would definitely just want to make sure more than just rainbow stickers, because there's so many different identities and spectrums, and they all have a flag, and I don't want someone to feel like, oh, they have all of these, but they don't have mine, or just ones that are a bit more. I want to have ones that are a bit more obscure. Because that's always been, as someone who has in the past identified with the more obscure ones, being, oh, I really like your design of these pins you're selling, but you don't sell the one that I very specifically feel represents me.
Yeah.
And a lot of independent artists that do stuff like that, like at events that I go to where I buy stuff from things, are very willing to, oh, I don't make that. Well, I could make that. It's just a resin thing. I just need to get the right. So they're always open to feedback, but I don't want to create a situation where some kid is like, I feel that I was not represented adequately by this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I think that's a good perspective. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions about the Pride event for now, or are we okay to move on to the next item?
Next item.
Next item, okay. The next item on the agenda is to discuss the interview project. Kubra is not here tonight, so I think we can discuss it next time also, just to see if we still want to pursue that. Is there anything anybody else would like to discuss before we
Yes.
wrap it up? Okay.
I had sent you an email about,
Oh, yes.
yes. Do you want to go ahead?
Sure. So Bindu sent me an email. There's an event at the India Society of Worcester. It's on Saturday, the 16th. Is that this is 16th?
17th, I think.
17th. Okay. So it's this upcoming Saturday right now. And Bindu had offered to
yeah.
secure a table for us so that we could go and just kind of increase awareness of the committee in the community. However, I am not available to go on the 17th, and Bindu's not available to go on the 17th, so I wanted to throw it out there and see if anybody else was available to be there on the 17th.
What time?
The event is from 11 to 1.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not free until after 1:30.
17th, I'm also.
No,
Sorry.
okay. And I already saw Adiola say no, yeah, so unfortunately,
Sorry.
yeah.
There will be more events.
I think, yeah, I think this weekend may not work out for that. But that was a good, thank you
Yep.
Of
for
course.
keeping your eye out for stuff like that.
They always have stuff going on, but the thing is to make sure that we are given the opportunity to be there.
Right.
So, yeah.
We
More
should
than-
have some sort of banner or something like that when we have to set up the tables. Nothing is displayed. So people can see from the far, this is the Devi Committee of the Shrewsbury.
That's why we were trying to get the logo.
Yeah.
There is a Town of Shrewsbury banner that you can use
Okay.
when you go to events.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
We even have a Town of Shrewsbury pop-up tent. If we're
But-
outside.
Yeah, outside event we can use it, but ISW event is mostly inside the hall.
Yes.
right? So
At least right now in
Right
Feb
now.
and all, yeah.
it's good to know, yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, and then I think the last plug that I wanted to make, Adiola, was when we were at the library, I remember you asked Priya about any February-related events, that might be for Black History Month, and there were a couple on the library website. But I don't know how we could add to it other than just, promote it, but I don't know how else to.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely promoting it for now, I think is the best thing we can do just on the sake of time. And I know Priya talked about we can partner up next year for something when we have more time to really think about it and plan. So I agree with that. Next year we could definitely partner and do something more thoughtful for Black History Month. But now we can help share, what they have to offer They have a lot of good offerings at the library this coming month.
Yeah,
This month.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so.
One more thing.
Yep,
So, it says, Taylor had sent the minutes, it says agendas for meeting and workshop.
that's after we adjourn.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. No worries.
Okay, so if there are no other things to discuss, may I please have a motion to adjourn?
I second it.
Okay, so we'll roll call. I'll start with Adiola.
Approve.
Freddie.
Yep.
Approved.
Approve.
Okay, I
And
say
approve,
yes.
yes.
Okay, so we are adjourned at 7:16 PM.